Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today, we're watching why Larry Bird was better than LeBron James.
Larry Bird at his best, LeBron James at his best.
Oh my God. And do we have to put the teams too, or just individual players?
If there's a draft,
Oh my God.
you can take Bird or LeBron.
Why is Reggie so scared? Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh my God. Like he busted his first nut after November. Oh my God. All right, Reggie. Who's better?
I don't know.
LeBron gonna beat you up? The king of Akron gonna come down and beat your ass? Like, okay, bruh. Just answer the question.
LeBron's physical, if not athletic ability is a gift. Larry's IQ and basketball competitiveness is, uncanny. Like Larry's ability to make tough shots, his shooting, his IQ, man, come on, man.
Sound like LeBron.
In a hypothetical
Right, I say that
draft, that's
sounded
what they
very
started
much like
off with.
LeBron.
I'll take it at any age. You can do it at 18 or 22 or 26, 28 or...
This man brought up Skip Bayless. LeBron. Alright, bro. Okay.
I'm going to take Larry Bird just a little bit over LeBron James.
Larry Bird was LeBron James before LeBron James is LeBron James.
Oh!
But saying all that, I'm going to take.
Okay, I was about to say, no, he's not about to take a lot of context.
I gotta go with Larry Joe. In today's rules, you can't touch him.
Yeah.
And Larry, so this is 27, 28-year-old Larry and 27, 28-year-old LeBron,
Yeah.
right? Or is he 30 now, right? 30.
Yeah.
Can I answer that question now? Larry Joe.
That's nasty.
So, how am I going to approach this video? Well, I thought let's have some major categories compared to two, and let's see in what categories which player is better and why Larry Bird comes out on top.
Alright, you lost me right there. You can do Ben Simmons and a player that's clearly better than him, do the checkbox shit, and Ben Simmons might come out on top.
You can do Chris Paul and like almost everybody. We're doing the checklist shit. Like Chris Paul probably the number one. He wins a pass. Most of the time he wins defense. He's gonna win shooting against the players that can't shoot competently. I hate that argument so fucking much, bro. Mikal Bridges is a top 10 player too, then fuck it.
The first category that I'm going to look at is scoring, a category that has just so many aspects to it. If it is posting up, shooting, penetrating, you name it, there are just so many aspects how you can rate a good scorer. For example, if we just take the career average, LeBron James at his current state averages 27 points in his entire career. Larry Bird, on the other hand, averaged 24 over his entire career. So the first question would be, what do you rank higher? 27 in today's game or 24 points a game in the 1980s? Difficult question. Larry Bird had his best scoring season in 1987, where he almost averaged 30 points a game. LeBron James, on the other hand, had his best scoring season in 2005, so when he was still very young, averaging 31 points per game. But you have to remember, at that time,
Yes,
LeBron
is it
James literally
2019?
had nobody who he could pass the ball to.
That's one of the first flaws of this video. If you're just saying his best scoring season is just based off of the highest point per game season, that's not true.
Disgusting. That's
Yeah.
a disgusting nerf to LeBron, man. We're taking out 2012-13 from him. The context of 2018 LeBron? That's nasty. That's so nasty. Ew. 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 Ew.
LeBron James is a decent shooter, not a great shooter, but Larry Bird was a great shooter. If it's the three-pointer, even back in the days, or his free throw percentage, he was definitely the better shooter. But as I mentioned earlier, scoring has more to it than just shooting, for example. Because if we're looking at the total package of scoring, I would still have to give that one to LeBron James, because his athletic ability is just so insane. If he wanted to, he could average 35 in his heyday. And you gotta remember, we're comparing two insane and great offensive players.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought he was gonna go Larry Bird with the scoring.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna say something about post game and be like GG's. He brought up the '80s thing, which is more impressive. I hate that argument when it comes to guys like LeBron James, bro. What's Bill Laimbeer just gonna solo squad LeBron? He's just not gonna do anything down there. Yeah, LeBron's not physical enough for you, really? Yeah. Shut up.
I thought he was gonna say Larry Bird's a better scorer because of versatility, and fuck it, even though he didn't say it. I don't like that argument, because if LeBron is less versatile, right, less of a bag, but he's giving you the same amount of point production with higher efficiency, and it doesn't drop off in the playoffs more often than not, I just don't see the point of even bringing that up. It'd be one thing if if it was affecting him in the playoffs. But it doesn't. Literally one of the greatest playoff scorers of all time, statistically speaking. In the clutch, it doesn't affect him. He's one of the clutchest players of all time. I don't get the versatility argument. And again, he didn't specifically make the argument, but I know people in the comment section, the 5% Larry Bird stands will. And that's my rebuttal to you, man.
The next category that I'm going to take a look at is passing. And this is a pretty interesting one, because to me, in this category, you can't just only go by numbers. I think we can agree that both Larry Bird and LeBron James had the so-called passing gift. They had great court vision, they see the open man, they can create for their teammates, so they're great passers. No doubt about that. If we would just go by numbers, we would see that LeBron James averages 7.2 until today, where Larry Bird averaged 6.3 in his entire career. But still, to me, Larry Bird is the better passer, and I explain why. You have to see that LeBron James is a point forward, which means he brings the ball up the floor, he has a lot of touches, which means that he also has more opportunities to create for his teammates. Larry Bird, on the other hand, didn't have the obligation to bring the ball up the floor. He always played with many superstars like Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, which also means that he had to share his touches. But still, as a forward, he was still able to put up 6.3 assists. And if you take a closer look at his games, you will see that this guy not only made great passes, but sometimes made passes that were incredible. I'm literally talking Magic Johnson style of passes.
LeBron couldn't have done anything to be a better passer.
I'm about to say, that's a weird nerf. On that same spectrum, hypothetically, what if Boobie Gibson turned into Steph Curry or something? Like, what the fuck? That's a weird nerf.
But even when LeBron did have help, he was still averaging 6 or 7 assists.
Like, has Larry Bird ever averaged 10? I'm not OD with the numbers when it comes to the Birdmeister, but no, he hasn't averaged above 8. Now, I know this make me a little casual here, but all I'ma just say, and I'ma just throw it out there, is that LeBron has done what Bird didn't do 5 times over in his average, again, 10 assists last year.
Small sample size stage, but do you know how many, assists LeBron averages in the games where Russell Westbrook played this year? Because if he's averaging 7 assists with Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook is a ball-dominant player, I think that's a weak point. I ain't gonna lie.
He's averaging 7 with Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis on the floor. That's crazy how that works. Like I said, there's several other things you can argue that LeBron just draws more attention. But we don't need to do all that. That's a stupid take anyway.
And the next category that I'm going to take a look at is defense. And this one looks like a short and easy thing at first sight, but believe me, it's way closer than you might think. LeBron James is a physical specimen. I mean, there's no reason to doubt that. That guy can guard position 1 to 5, especially in his younger days. That guy was incredible. On the other hand, you got Larry Bird, a guy who can't jump, who can't run, who's not the strongest guy on the floor. So how can this even be an argument? To the guys who follow the NBA today, you know that LeBron James of today is not comparable to the LeBron James of 5 years ago. Sometimes it looks like LeBron James doesn't even care on defense. So I don't want to take him by today's standard, but in his heyday.
Look at LeBron. Watch his effort right here. Now, he turns it over. He's still not in the play
this
yet.
This isn't prime LeBron.
The other 3 guys, there's been
That's
really
what
no
I'm saying.
communication,
Like,
with
are
the
we
exception
nerfing
of
LeBron?
JaVale McGee, who's pointing, saying, look at somebody stop my man.
You've been doing career averages
you
the whole
time.
time.
Maybe 7, 8 years old. You learn how to stop the ball first. LeBron misses a layup right here.
Come
on,
you gassing it, bro.
All right, bro.
The whole
Okay,
video has
bro.
been career averages, talking about scoring, comparing LeBron's best PPG year. Man,
Right, you just did it for points per game. So let's do the season where LeBron should have been a defensive player of the year compared to Bird being on some Curry shit, stealing the ball.
LeBron had 2 years where he finished top 5 in defensive player of the year voting. Larry Bird's never done that.
And I know the Bird stands are Bird stands, but for those of you that are thinking, I don't think Larry Bird can play defense, Larry Bird can play some defense. Competent defense. Cool, solid defense. He's not in the... LeBron got it, bro. And we all know LeBron got it, bro. What are we doing right now?
Now, Kyrie is further back than LeBron. How this play ends up, Jalen.
LeBron at least wiped his chest.
First of all, LeBron's not even in the picture yet.
I'm sorry, pause again, but that's like if I sent a clip of like Larry Bird not guarding somebody on the perimeter, like how LeBron just said fuck Derrick Rose for the rest of the series and just strapped him up. That's like if I just pulled up footage of Larry Bird just not going out his way to 100% full court guard somebody and be like, oh, well, I guess he just deferred to other players. Oh, okay.
That's what's crazy about watching like 80s or the narrative with 80s players. Bro, we have trouble watching full games, let alone motherfuckers analyzing those games with the editing that TNT is doing right here with the pause, freeze frame, iPads and shit. And I say that to say it's harder to nitpick players in the past than it is with players now, bro. There's just so many resources to analyze, literally by the touch, by the shot on NBA.com.
Most of the people that know me, that will recognize me from this channel outside of recognizing me from my own, might remember me from either one of the all-time draft streams we've done. Both of those times, I clearly felt like the guy that was just like, man, you gotta tell me, you already know I'm gonna bring his name, Dave Bing. And then you already gonna tell me Dave Bing better than this player and that player, bro? Like, I wish I could highlight the moments that Dave Bing was fucking slacking or bricking shots or something. It's easy to nitpick 2021 people, bro. Stop it.
But there's one major reason why I think you shouldn't underestimate and underrate Larry Bird as a defender. That guy had the biggest heart. You just gotta go on YouTube.
Not the biggest heart.
Oh my God! He gave us a Brody take.
Not the will to win. Not the Naruto take, bruh.
Believe it. So because that's his Nindo, because he wants to be the best that no one ever was, he just shoot him eye like Rudy. Bro, stop. You can just YouTube it. I YouTube LeBron blocks then. Like what the fuck? Oh my God, bro.
That guy literally sacrificed his body every game, every night, every minute, and he could guard his opponents. Don't get me wrong. He was able to guard some great players. And what he was lacking in his physical abilities, he made it up with heart and basketball IQ.
I'm being so serious. Larry Bird had no reason that nigga hit that. Larry Bird is not the reason he hit that layup. He butchers that layup in the gym. I'm being so serious. I'm shocked he missed it, but Larry Bird ain't do nothing. Dude, if anything, you're making Larry Bird sound way worse on defense than I think he is. I'm being so serious.
He's made the defense segment like 2 minutes long, and the deadass could have been
30 seconds, bro. He's making Bird seem worse as a defender to me. I'm like, holy shit.
And the next category is going to be rebounds. Now, you would think that a guy who is built like LeBron James, with that type of body, with that athletic ability, would dominate the boards. And well, what can you say? LeBron James is a decent rebounder. At the moment, in his entire career, he's averaging 6.9 rebounds a game, which is a great amount for a small forward or point guard or whatever you want to call him. On the other hand, we got Larry Bird, a guy who's not known for his great jumping ability, but who's still some way somehow averaged to grab exactly 10 rebounds a game in his entire career. And he had to share the rebounds with Robert Parrish and Kevin McHale. So this category is not even a question, that one goes to Larry Bird.
That's kind of gassing it, because he brought up the point earlier of LeBron being a play initiator, like more of a play initiator than Larry Bird. And if that's the case, I feel like roles also have a big part in how many rebounds they average. But also, bro, it's rebounding. I could really not give a fuck.
Like my brother just said, bro, LeBron creates the play. It's 2020, not the 80s. The center gets the board.
So next, I have 3 points that fit exactly into one category. I have mental toughness, leadership, and the clutch gene. To me, this is exactly the biggest difference between LeBron James and Larry Bird. LeBron James is a great leader. He's a great teammate. He's a good spirit in the locker room. He always tries to get his teammates involved and always looking for the right basketball play. So in my opinion, there's nothing you can hold against LeBron James. But when I take a look at mental toughness and the clutch gene, sorry, but there's no comparison to Larry Bird. Larry Bird is probably one of the toughest guys who ever lived on this planet. And I'm not only talking about basketball, I'm literally talking about living on this planet. That guy not only had nerves of steel, but this guy literally did whatever it took to win. And of course he made mistakes, and of course Larry Bird also missed some clutch shots. But Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, and maybe one or two other guys are the clutchest guys who ever played the game. And this is where LeBron James just can't match Larry Bird.
No stats, no nothing. It's just, man, he's a bad man.
He went with this DVD. He's a bad man.
That clutch gene is so weird, because when you look at the numbers, Larry Bird literally gets worse in the playoffs.
No cap.
And LeBron, with this already great regular season production, gets
better in the playoffs. We're talking about
Really?
mental toughness. How about getting kicked in the dick and being down 3-1? Is that not tough enough for you? Mental toughness. What about being the frozen one a year ago just to beat the shit out of Kevin Durant next year?
Taking the 08 Celtics to 7 games. That gets glossed over so much.
It does.
The fact that the Cavs and the Celtics went to 7 games.
And they were made to jump LeBron. And he's a Boston fan, so check me if I'm wrong. You made a team to jump LeBron. And almost lost.
They didn't make it to jump LeBron, but yeah. Nah, that's crazy.
I thought it was 2021. I thought about to be 2022. I thought we were done saying LeBron isn't clutch. Or not near clutch as another great player.
And to me, if I discuss who's the better player, I always take the guy who I want the ball in his hands when the game's on the line. And if the
LeBron,
championship is on the line or my life depends on it, I even wouldn't hesitate 1 second. Larry Bird is my man.
And you lose. You lose the game. And you lose the game. I got his ass like you lose. L pick.
We mentioned this in the last video. We can agree to disagree, but that's his take. It's his own opinion. It can still be bad.
You're saying because Larry Bird is a better rebounder and you think he's just an astronomically better clutch player, because you, even while giving Bird the edge, you admit passing was close. So you're basically 100% on rebounding and clutch. Bird solos the rest. That's disgusting. That is nasty, bro. You don't believe that. I'm being dead ass. I hate to be this dude. And I'm used to my small little platform. So pardon me if I'm jumping the gun. But what are you talking about, my nigga? That's dumb. That's dumb. That's dumb. You edited that video. You sent that to your editor, rewatched it, and said, I just said Larry Bird's a better passer, rebounder, and has an it factor. Yeah, I mean that.
And that's why he's better.
You ain't mean that shit. All right, well, hope I didn't go on boy hard enough, but if you want more insults, mean tweets, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's me, boy TSO Sage, my brother Benjamin. Take care and stay blessed.